Hello, The Zone.
Hey, I'm looking for Willy.
Yeah, this is.
Willy, this is Dave Brenner from Theory of a Deadman.
Dave, man, good to hear from you. Thanks for calling in today.
My pleasure. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
Absolutely. I was just upstairs watching the Low Life video before I came down, man. That's so fucking funny.
I'm telling you, we probably shot like 20 videos now, and the Low Life video was the best video shoot of all of them.
I bet. I mean, it's a funny song, but the video it cracks me up.
And it's, the first time we ever worked with an actual legit actor in Donald Logue, who's been in like so many awesome things.
Right.
And he was just like, he sold it, man. He was hilarious.
You guys seem like you're hilarious. I mean, the band together, do you guys have like just a blast playing tricks on each other and stuff?
Yeah, we're a bit of a bunch of goofs and pranksters. We're all about the humor. I think that's a big part of the reason why we actually have stuck together for so long. None of us take ourselves too seriously, and we're always doing goofy stuff. We're shooting some goofy movie while we're on the road, and it's just we're just doing all kinds of goofy things all the time.
Canadian thing, right?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe that's what it is. But we try to include a lot of our American crew guys and stuff in our movie, and make them like dress and drag and stuff.
Well, I like that you guys don't pretend to be so badass, and that's what's badass about you guys.
Well, unfortunately, it was funny. It's a lesson. You learn so many lessons in this business going through. But like early on in our career, our first record, we're doing, pictures and stuff, and the photographers are like, you guys got to have scowls. You got to look mean and look metal. And we're like, it wasn't until like second, third record where we finally started saying, you know what, I think we can just be ourselves, and people probably would like that more.
Yeah, for sure. And some of those early records, man, Gasoline's got to be one of my favorites of the last 10 years from anybody. That's just a great record.
It's one of my favorites too, man. And I keep telling people, like every time I see, we do like an autograph signing after a festival show, and kids come through and they buy Gasoline, and I'm like, oh, good to see you pick this record up. I think you're really going to like this record.
Nice.
And that's a record that I was, we were all really proud of and really excited for. And I think, things were going really great for us on that record. And then we kind of made a poor singles choice at one step, and it sort of changed the momentum. And then, of course, it took till Scars and Souvenirs for us to really get that level of success. But I felt like Gasoline had the songs on it.
Superhero soundtracks probably didn't hurt either, huh?
Yeah, the Spider-Man.
How many have you been on now? I mean, you were on the Avengers just recently, right?
I don't even know. Were we? Awesome.
I think so.
I don't pay attention to those kind of details, just wake up and step on stage.
There you go. Well, one of my favorite things about you guys is because it sounds like you kind of picked up where our grunge heroes sort of left off. You can you definitely feel the influence of like Stone Temple Pilots, Alice, Soundgarden, bands like that.
That's what I like too. We're getting that a lot now with Drown. I got my younger brother messaged me. He's like, "Man, I heard your new song on the radio in Vancouver. A lot of people are, talking about comparisons with Alice in Chains. How cool is that?" I'm like, "That's the best," because that's my favorite band ever. Obviously, growing up in Vancouver, we're only 2 hours from Seattle, and that whole '90s scene out of Seattle just hit Vancouver like a ton of bricks.
Sure,
and that was right at the the '90s when I was in high school. And it was just like your most influential time for music too. So to hear that stuff in our music, it only seems natural.
What's your favorite part of being with the band? What's your favorite part of the whole thing going on right now?
There's so many things to choose from, but I think I realized that because we took a bit of time off on this last record, and we spent a lot of time at home, and then a lot of time writing and working on the new record, but just a lot of downtime sitting around the house and golfing and playing hockey with my buddies and stuff. But it made me really realize what I absolutely miss the most, and that is just playing live. And we just started getting going again, and we played a headliner last night, our first headline show of this whole cycle, I guess. And it felt so great to be playing again in front of people, and that's what I realized. Touring's fun because you're hanging out with your buddies, but really the reward is just playing a live show.
And you guys tour like crazy, but you haven't been here in years. I remember seeing you on a bill with somebody, but I don't remember when it was.
I feel like it was the Parlor Mob or something like that. I don't remember either, but
you guys do a lot of those where you go out with like 4 or 5 different bands. Do you like doing that as opposed to touring by yourselves?
We like to be on tour with bands. I think a big part of the fun of touring is, being out with these guys that are doing the same thing and, you know, just having fun. We always out with bands like Adelita's Way or Pop Evil, and these guys are just like, you know, they're like family to us. So I definitely like being out with other bands that we've toured with in the past and,
Man,
you know, spend time with those guys. It's always like a family reunion every time you hit the road with a band that you know well.
we love Pop Evil, man. Those guys come here all the time. They're coming again this summer, and every time they either come into the studio or they have us on the bus, and Lee is like the nicest dude ever.
Oh, those guys, man! We spent so much time with them. We always, of course, we're huge hockey fans, and they're Michigan boys. They're huge hockey fans, and they were always talking trash about the NHL on the PS3 video games. So they used to always talk trash, and we're like, fine, let's go. Us against you, and we did like our band against a few of their guys, and we would beat them like 20-0, man. It was not even a competition. We're like, keep practicing, boys, keep practicing. But yeah, we love to spend some time rousing those guys, and they are good boys.
Yeah, I grew up like 8 miles from the Saskatchewan border.
Ooh.
And so Stanley Cup, are you going to have to TiVo the next few games? Are you guys going to be out on the road?
Yeah, well, we obviously always travel on the bus with the NHL package. But we full on can record it on the bus and everything. But we're pretty much watching every single series, every single game. And we got Tyler, who lives in Los Angeles now, is a big Kings fan, and we got some buddies who play on a few other teams, the Bruins. So we're all kind of rooting for different teams and stuff like that. But I kind of wish my Canucks were in the playoffs.
Right.
But of course, that didn't happen. So
should I assume that you're rooting for Montreal or no?
No, I'm actually. A lot of people think that we are, but I probably would be if they weren't playing against the Bruins. But like I said, we got a few close buddies that play on the Bruins. Tuukka Rask, who had a big shutout last night for the Bruins, and Milan Lucic, and
right.
You know, a bunch of these guys are really great boys. So I always kind of root for those guys in the hopes that, you know, if they win the cup, I can go party with it.
I bet that would be a hell of a party.
Yeah, well, I want to drink a beer or something out of the cup one day.
Who
It's on
doesn't?
the bucket list.
Who doesn't? Oh, that'd be great. You guys are going to be here Tuesday night, Babcock Theater, Adam to Eve. I don't know a lot about those guys. New York band?
Yeah, I'm not overly familiar myself, but I've heard really good things. So, and I'm a big fan of checking out bands at shows. So, I'm always excited when we start playing with a couple new bands.
Cool. Well, we've been playing Drown a little bit. Savage's album comes out when, in July?
July 8th is the official street date.
And Drown's definitely a little darker than the last few things. Is the whole album darker?
The whole album is a little darker, to tell you the truth. It's a lot heavier. We've been telling people this record is probably most compared to our first record, which is a little strange to say. You know, when you're a band, you always try to, you know, move forward. But I think that, you know, we wanted to just do a heavy record. It took us a little bit of time to figure out where we wanted to be, and it just felt so natural to play some heavier stuff. And we're really excited about this record. We've been playing a couple of the tracks live, and we've been playing Drown, of course, and also the title track, Savages, playing them live, and both songs are really going over well. So I'm pretty excited. I think that Theory of a Deadman fans have been looking forward to a heavy record from us.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear some of the new stuff Tuesday night. Still tickets left. We can't wait to see you. One more question before I go, because I was watching some videos upstairs. Make Up Your Mind video, which that's kind of the song that you guys come onto my radar with, because I was actually at a top 40 radio station and we were spinning.
Okay.
But who was the chick? Who's that hot chick in that video? Is that like a friend of yours, or is that an actress?
But I will tell you that was like, for us, that was like the biggest budget video we ever shot. That was kind of like right as the whole music industry was changing, and like it was right before people realized you didn't need to spend $500,000 to shoot a video.
Uh-huh.
But we shot that video, and it had like this crazy, ridiculous budget, and now we shoot videos for like a tenth of the cost. And I'm telling you, I don't know who that chick is, but every time we shoot a video, there's some gorgeous chick that I will never remember their name.
It's all part of being a rock star, huh? Tough gig, tough gig.
In a random situation, I was on a flight from Vancouver recently, and I sat in this, you know, I got this paid for the upgrade, got in first class, and this chick walks in. She's got a little French bulldog, and she sits beside me. She looks so familiar. And then we started talking. I'm like, yeah, I play in a band called Theory of a Deadman. She's like, well, yeah, I shot one of your music videos. I'm like, I knew I had seen you from somewhere.
Oh, crazy.
And one of the hot chicks came back, and all of a sudden, there she was.
That's great.
you just never think you're going to see them again, and then
There
they show up
she
on an
is.
airplane.
Dave Brenner, man, thank you so much for taking time with us today.
I'm looking forward to the show, man. I can't wait to come back. It's, like you said, it's been too long.
Yeah, for sure. I'll see you backstage Tuesday night, man.
Well, I'll be on the bus. You can watch us play some hockey or join us.
There we go. Hockey with Theory of a Deadman. That sounds like on my bucket list there, man.
There you go.
All right, Dave. Thanks a lot, man.
Take care. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.